Continuing our back-to-school coverage, preparing parents and their children to return to the classroom.
Yeah, this morning, Sumter School District Superintendent Dr. William Wright joins us in studio, highlighting new goals and strategies the district will be implementing this new school year. So glad to have you on this morning, Dr.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Talk about some of the key priorities for the district for this new school year.
Well, obviously, we're fastly approaching, starting this week, and so we want to fine-tune the things that are going on in our district, but we're focused on student achievement, continuing to improve that. We've got an upward trend the last 2 years. Student achievement has improved. We want to continue to do that. We're also working through having to increase safety measures. We're going to have systems installed in all of our schools this year, just to add an extra layer of protection for our students. And we're continuing to need teachers. I mean, we've hired quite a few. Teacher vacancies are tremendously down in the 2 years that we've been here, starting the third year. We're very proud of that, but we still need quality talent to work with our students every day. So those would be probably the three main priorities that we have right now.
Absolutely. That recruitment and that retainment is so important.
It
so
is.
Talk about over the summer. I know teachers, students have had the
Sure.
summer break, but teachers are kind of working year round. So talk about over the summer, just some of those things that you guys have been practicing and putting in place for the year.
Yeah, that's one of the big misperceptions. Teachers don't have the summers off. We're professionally developing them, providing professional development opportunities both in-house or in the district as well as abroad for them to learn more. But also, we try to do induction programs for teachers that are new to the profession or that are joining us from another country or so forth and so on. So there's a lot of work going on around that to try to professionally develop teachers and have them prepared for the school year.
And also students, academic achievement. You touched
Absolutely.
on that. Talk about how the district plans to enhance that service.
One of the things that we're looking to do and have been working on already is making sure that we create more student-centered instruction. Instruction really in today's time can't be global. It's got to be student-centered and student-focused. And so the way that we get at that is we try to make sure that we are providing instructional strategies that allow for additional assessment of students, not to over-test, but to have formative assessments during the year so that we can see how students are progressing, and then we make adjustments, hopefully instruction based on that. We also want to enhance programs. We're living in a global world, so the more we can prepare students for global success, which means we've got to find out what the needs of the community and obviously of the state and world are, and then we try to tailor instruction to meet those needs.
Talk about other challenges. I know we talked about teacher recruitment and
Sure.
retainment, but when it comes to other faculty, I know in some other districts we've seen bus driver shortages. Are there any other challenges when it comes to faculty within the district?
So we're going to have the same challenges. Sumter, although we've got some inner city elements, we're pretty much a rural district. So when you're trying to recruit bus drivers, when you're trying to recruit and retain custodians, whomever, you're going to have those challenges. What we've been able to do is work through a salary study and some additional measures that we put in place. And so we're more competitive now salary-wise. When I arrived here in July of 2022, we were not very competitive in terms of being able to financially recruit and retain employees. We're in a better space to do that now, and very proud of that work that we've been able to do along with the Board of Trustees. So I think we're more competitive. We're also trying to and want and have a desire as the future comes to improve our facilities because people want to work in a good, sound environment. We're making our schools more safe. So all of that contributes to making sure that we have quality employees and are able to retain them. So that's what we're working on now.
And then talk a little bit more about that safety for students and staff.
Sure.
Talk about any new procedures or protocols that are going to be implemented.
So it's two or threefold. First of all, we implemented last year, just finished up the first year of a new code of conduct that allowed us to be able to kind of streamline how we deal with student issues should they occur. There are still students that occasionally misbehave, and that's okay. We work through that. But in our schools, last year we piloted weapons detection systems in all of our high schools. We are expanding that for this year to our middle and elementary schools. So Obviously, that's a thing of the current, so we have to make sure that we're doing that. But in addition to that, we're trying to educate people more on the fact that the school environment has to be safe for students and teachers and employees in general in order for us to work. So we're looking at measures, safety measures, some of which I can't be specific about, of course, because of the things that we're doing. But we take it very seriously. You can't educate children if they don't feel safe.
And another part of that, Dr. Wright, is also the mental health of the students.
Absolutely.
I know that's a huge conversation when it comes to kids showing up, feeling safe in the classroom.
That's
so what are
correct.
some policies that you guys have in place when it comes to addressing that?
Well, we look at those policies and mental health procedures, but we also have beefed up our employees when it comes to that. We just recently hired a behavioral health specialist, if you will, that oversees implementation of programs and things of that nature for our district. In addition to that, we've hired a safety coordinator the past couple of years. So we understand the brevity of that. We've tried to beef up the people that work in counseling, guidance counseling, as well as we make sure that we protect nurses and things of that nature. You would be amazed at the layers that we've kind of looked at to make sure that we take care of that mental health component. Because post-COVID taught us that we had some things that we weren't really prepared for as school districts across the nation. And so for us, and that's an ongoing diet. We got to continue to look at that and try to figure out how to continue to serve students in that area. But in the short term, we've taken some extra measures to get some additional experts, if you will, working with our school district and with our children and adults every day.
And talk about technology. Yeah,
Yep.
we do live in a global world. Talk about the technology and how the district plans to maybe implement any new technology.
Yeah. So we're still one-to-one, and we have been in Sumter for several years, even before the pandemic and the push to virtual learning. But in addition to that, we have a STEM Explorer that we take all across the district. Last year was kind of our initial year. We learned about that, as well as a cybersecurity bus. They are hands-on technological experiences that give children a different lens upon which to look. And that was through a partnership done by a couple of the businesses in the area, as well as Shaw Air Force Base. So that is kind of a cutting edge thing that people are not doing everywhere, that we're very proud of. So we want to continue to work on that. But the bottom line is technological education, as you're calling it. It's got to be an ongoing thing. And if, you know, the best example of that is my obsolete computer that's sitting at my house that's only 3 years old. So we have to continue to develop and allow children to help us understand how they best learn, to be honest with you. They can teach us a lot about technology moving forward. And so we're continuing with the one-on-one, but we also are enhancing it with other things.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wright, for
welcome.
sharing all that information with us. I know
Yes,
it's going
ma'am.
to be helpful for parents and helping to expand the young minds in our community.
Thank you
We
very
appreciate
much.
everything you do. Best of luck with the school year.
Thank you very much, both of you.
All right, stick with us. We got more Sunrise coming up after this.